my colleague here just said. His first claim, he's claimed that that the SAT is not a good predictor of how a student will do in colleges. The first thing he points out is that the SAT is the only test you take, a major test you take to get accepted into college, but you also have to take many other tests. There's SAT 2 subject tests that you have to take if you want to apply to a university, not a Cal State University, a UC. And he also said there's also the MDPT, the ELM, EPT, all entry-level tests that you have to take to get into college courses. The SAT is not the only one. There's also the ACT that you can take in place of the SAT that some colleges will accept. Another thing is that according to Peter D. Salinas from the New York Times, he was doing 9 colleges in New York did a case study from 1997 to 2001. These are the State University of New York, Buffalo University, Stony Brook, Brockport, Cortland, New Paltz, Old Westford, Potsdam, and Purchase universities. They all raised the SAT cutoff points for students that what they needed to get on the SATs to be admitted. And each of these colleges saw anywhere from 10 to 90% increase in graduation rates. The State University of New York also has multiple campuses. They didn't raise the cutoff rate in all the campuses. The campuses they didn't raise the rates in all actually saw declining graduation rates, which would prove otherwise that the SAT does have a good measurement of academic success. Also, Christopher Berry from Wayne University and Paul Sackett from the University of Minnesota did a study. They took 5.1 million grades from 167,000 students over 41 colleges. They took their SAT scores and the schools they sent them to indicate where they applied. By isolating overlaps where students that took the same courses and applied to the same colleges with the same instructors gives a genuine apples-to-apples subject of data. The SAT, what they found was the SAT actually correlates about 67% with the college GPA of their freshman years. The next thing he states is that the SATs don't measure what you have learned in college. The format of the SAT is to measure their critical thinking abilities in writing, reading, and math. And these are all things that you learn throughout high school, so obviously it does measure what you have learned through high school. Next, he looks at how it affects low-income students. This is confusing causation with correlation. I mean, there are studies showing that lower-income families the students do perform worse on the SAT, but this is not a cause of it. This is not the cause of it. It's just correlated with it. There's many things that actually help low-income students. The College Board offers free waivers to anyone to any student who is unable to pay the fees for the SATs. This creates less financial stress. It allows the students to retake the test over again and prepare for the test again. So even if they don't have the money to pay for these preparation courses, they're allowed to take the test the first time, see the format of the test, see what they need to know, and study for the next time. If they're really focused on getting a good grade on the SAT, they'll do what they need to do to take the test again and get a better grade on it. And also, in preparation for the SAT, the collegeboard.com states that they hold full practice tests for the SAT. You can look online or print them out. These are 100% free and 100% accessible from any computer with the internet. You can take these as many times as you want to prepare for the test, and they're all free. He also says that it's unfair to minority students, and the SAT is a test that's administered to every student in the exact same way. There's not one way that advantages one student over the other, minority or not. You also submit your ethnicity to the test, so the scores don't reflect your intelligence, they reflect your ability to adapt to the academic environment in American culture. When students receive their test scores, also there's an evaluation form that the College Board gives them that it tells them the students that scored the same as them and their percentage of improving their scores retaking the test. Amin Ghazimi from the Columbian Spectator, he's a first-year student at Columbia University. He states that the SAT acts as a great equalizer, offering a chance to rise above economic and social prejudices by granting at least a somewhat level playing field. He also explains how minorities that have English as a second language, it offers them a chance to prove how much English that they have learned, and this predicts academic aptitude and the ability to learn quickly at an American university, and this is coming from a college student who is English as a second language learner. Booker Peak, a professor of Afro-American Studies, he says that most minorities score worse on the SATs than their white counterparts, but abolishing the test would not miraculously solve the problem. Minorities that live in lower income areas, they receive worse education, but the test is not to blame. He also says the SAT is not the cause for academic discrepancy any more than a blood test is responsible for diabetes. Abolishing a blood test will not end diabetes, and abolishing the SATs will not improve the academic health of America. And that's it.